Hey everyone, Matt from Soundrolling.com, and got a cool little review to do because Aputure sent me their new microphone, Aputure Deity, and it's a condenser microphone. I think the whole point of it is to compete with the kind of entry-level market for shotguns. So it's a super-cardioid. You get this nice little case included. The three things that they really wanted to emphasize about the product, I thought I would talk about because that kind of makes the most sense. Seen a few other reviews as well, so I thought I'd make this bit different as well. So I'm also going to chuck it in the bath and see if that does anything. The thing that it's most compared to is the 416. Well, that's what they're trying to go after. So also, I guess the Rode NTG2, that kind of area ballpark. And if I just show you, because I put them side by side, guess which one you think is the 416 and which one is the Deity. Yeah, they look exactly the same, and the whole point is that it is exactly the same, pretty much. Deity feels slightly heavier. Main points are that it's going to be affordable. That's one of the things. So it's $369. Or you can get it with a full Rycock kind of shock mount for $429, I believe, which is very, very good competitive entry level, especially if you're going for the full kit. You also get that box included. You get this, you get the little kind of windjammer that goes on the top. This would also, if you already had a 416, fit in that and you just wanted another backup, I don't know. You get this nice little clip as well, obviously for mounting wherever. But you will want a proper shock mount if you're using this professionally, obviously. It's XLR, it's phantom power, there's no kind of fancy gizmos or anything on the edges or outsides for high pass filter and all that kind of jazz. So, I'm going to basically review it. So first, since I've got them side by side, I'll just show you how I've got it set up on my 688 and just a little difference with them. What I've noticed so far is it's just a bit more sensitive at the moment, so it doesn't need as much gain as the 416. When I chuck it in the water and dry it out, we'll see what happens there. And then, yeah, that's kind of the main points for affordability as well. The pattern is a little bit wider than the 416, but what they've tried to do is make it a bit kind of smoother on the edges. So the whole point is when you see that polar pattern, that'll try and throw up, then the whole point is at different frequencies it's rejecting at different points. And so they've tried to make a shotgun that is kind of having very similar qualities to like a hyper-cardioid, to try and basically mean that when you're off axis, it's not trying to color the sound, it's trying to be as kind of smooth as possible and just reduce all frequencies at the same time. But because it can't go in both camps, there is some of that normal roll-off. I've seen a lot of reviews where they compare them inside a room. Generally, you shouldn't really use shotguns inside a room unless things are really, really bad, because obviously the reflections then bounce, causing that discoloration again. So a lot of the reviews that I've seen are going to be, I don't know if they get that point across. And also just in general, reviewing this kind of microphone on your phone, for instance, isn't going to really do it that much justice as well. So I guess main points, interested in affordability, interested to see if it's waterproof, and that's pretty good, and it definitely has a really good entry-level price. I don't know what the price is for the European market yet, but I guess it would be somewhere similar to an NTG2, I guess, or something like that. No battery compartment inside either, so it's just phantom power, and that's why it's exactly the same size as the 416. So let's show you my settings. So I thought the best way to kick off, now I'm pointing the microphone directly at myself, is just to compare those gain levels that I talked about before. So we've got, as you can see, the Deity on numero uno, and the 416 on number 3. And there is some handling noise because I'm just holding it myself. But yeah, you can see here that the trim is at 33 dB. I've got an 80 Hertz cut because that's kind of my default that I do for most things. Anything below that I don't find very useful. And you can see that the 416 is on 35. So 2 decibels, not like amazing, it's fine. So again, for me, lots of the reviews that I've seen compare it directly, but they compare it inside. Don't have time to go outside. Okay, so now we're outside, and just going to do a little click, and then you're going to hear the Deity outside. Now, there's going to be lots of rustling. We've got this storm called Doris, apparently, in the UK. But it seems to have gone away at the moment. I've only got this outside light, which is making everything all silhouetted and quite cool. But yeah, you should be able to see that the microphone's a good, decent distance away. This is for a typical mid-shot. I mean, you can see it's not even in until there. So, I mean, typical mid-shot. We've got a plane in the background. Again, the plane's going to kind of bounce off the floor and all this kind of stuff. So again, rejection of a microphone is pretty good, but rejection from surfaces is even better. Okay, now that should be enough to just submerge it underwater. Cool, so I didn't see many people do that. I've literally only just taken it out right now, so bit of a hair dry, and we'll just see if it works kind of straight away. It says that this can even be chucked in the ocean, and then you just wash it with distilled water. Obviously I only used normal cold water there, so the whole idea is that the circuit board inside is completely sealed. So let's hope that actually works. Just going to give it a bit quick kind of blow dry on the connector bit here. Obviously with a hair dry, don't use like full heat, otherwise you might melt something. So just on cold, let's see what happens. Okay, and so I literally just dunked that in the water. Did this for probably no more than 2 minutes, and it's already working, I think. Okay, and so after 15 minutes of solidly putting the old jetpack on, yeah, seems to come out pretty well. I mean, maybe there's still some moisture on the actual capsule as well, so it might still sound a bit strange, but pretty impressive performance, I think, in terms of recovery. Obviously, I wouldn't go dunking it in water right before a take, but yeah, if you needed to, just get a hairdryer and just blow all the water off, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Get a bit of handling noise. So let me know what you think in the comments. Basically, just yeah, write it down below if you like this video. Thumbs up, always appreciated, and of course subscribe. And I'll see you later.